All right, guys, I have some big breaking news for you. President Biden just tweeted the following. As I've said before, no one should be in jail just for using or possessing marijuana. Today, I'm taking steps to end our failed approach. Allow me to lay them out. First, I'm pardoning all prior federal offenses of simple marijuana possession. There are thousands of people who were previously convicted of simple possession who may be denied employment, housing, or educational opportunities as a result. My pardon will remove this burden. Second, I'm calling on governors to pardon simple state marijuana possession offenses. Just as no one should be in a federal prison solely for possessing marijuana, no one should be in a local jail or state prison for that reason either. Third, we classify marijuana at the same level as heroin and more serious than fentanyl. It makes no sense. I'm asking Secretary Becerra and the Attorney General to initiate the process of reviewing how marijuana is scheduled under federal law. I'd also like to note that as federal and state regulations change, we still need important limitations on trafficking, marketing, and underage sales of marijuana. Sending people to jail for possessing marijuana has upended too many lives for conduct that is legal in many states. That's before you address the clear racial disparities around prosecution and conviction. Today we begin to right these wrongs. So, holy fucking shit, man. I mean, that seems kind of strong if you ask me. It's a big move. Now, I will warn just a little bit, not to rain on everybody's parade, because I do think overall this is very good news. But the only thing I'll warn about here is the wording is just a little weaselly, which might give him some wiggle room to get out of really doing exactly what we want him to do. I'll read it one more time. Biden is pardoning all prior federal offenses of simple marijuana possession. So when I read prior federal offenses, that strikes me as he's not saying current federal offenses. So if it's not current federal offenses, that means that the people who are in prison right now because of marijuana possession, I don't think they're going to be freed. I think they have to serve the rest of their time, and then when they're done serving their time, they can have their record wiped clean. But that's after they serve their time. Now, again, this is just my interpretation of the wording. I'm actually totally unsure if I'm correct in that. But I mean, I guess I'll leave it up to you guys to parse it out as well. Either way, though, I think this is a huge step in the right direction because I wasn't expecting anything from Joe on this front. He's an old school 1990s drug warrior. He's a tough on crime Democrat. And so this is a big deal. And even if I'm interpreting it properly and he's not going to free the nonviolent offenders who are still in prison, it still goes further than Obama. Obama pardoned, I think it was 330 people who were guilty of various nonviolent drug offenses. So, which, by the way, it's one of the good things Obama did on the way out. He kept pardoning nonviolent drug offenders, but he should have gone a lot further. And of course, we all know what's the real answer. The real answer is legalize, tax, and regulate. Biden could do it with the swipe of a pen. Free every federal nonviolent drug offender, not just weed. So we'll see. I don't know how far-reaching this is, but either way, it sounds kind of good. Crystal, you have any thoughts?
I'm happy.
You're happy? Do you agree with me about the reading or no?
I wasn't listening to you.
Oh, I don't know if so the wording is Biden is pardoning all prior federal offenses of simple marijuana possession.
Yeah, but then he goes on to say, no one should be in federal prison for simple possession. So that led me to believe that they're going to make sure no one's in federal
That they're going to free all the nonviolent drug offenders who were just in there for weed, you think?
It seems like it. I mean, he's calling on state and local officials to do the same, right?
He is, because he can't free the state level prisoners or the local prisoners because he only has, he can only control the federal prison. So he's calling on the states to do it. That's pretty big too. So I don't know, man. Base Dark Brandon, he surprised me with the student loan debt reduction. It was stronger than I thought it would be. He surprised me with this.
Somebody showed him some poll numbers that were you want to get the midterms back on track. Right. This might be the way to do it.
Right. Well, I told you the new YouGov poll has him at 49%, which I know is an outlier. I know his average is 44, but he keeps doing stuff like this. He's going to do better.
You would think so. Yeah.
The only thing that could stop him is inflation and unemployment. But this is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Even if it's the weaker interpretation that I gave, it's still a big deal.
Yeah.
When he says, I want to start the process of figuring out, why it's Schedule 1, a little bit of Weasley language. Does that mean he's leaving himself an out to say, they studied it and decided it should be Schedule 1? Or is it what it sounds like, which is we're going to change it. Even if it's just a Schedule 2, they're going to change it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a bureaucratic process they have to go through or whatever. But
right.
It's very encouraging. Very encouraging.
Definitely.
Long overdue.
Good news, guys.